We're gonna know right off the bat if all of your bets were in the right. PogChamps up, get your cans in the air, and more important.
Ramp play for FaZe to start off, taking it slow on the T side of Nuke. It's them picking the series. It's one that they have taken over mousesports just days ago in the Pro League, and they're looking to do it again. NiKo is cross yard, drawing a distraction, but mousesports are still double set on the ramp. ropz getting tagged down. Woxic does get a kill before he's traded. Frozen's in the corner. There's such a heavy setup here for Mouse. A read on the pistol. Frozen needs to get this kill, and he does, holding on to the bomb and the position. NiKo on the flank, but they know it.
Easy P
League, you know, like barely touched CS before. Nah, you might know a few of these names, right? Like, you know, what if I told you Olof's in this team? What if I told you coldzera's in this team, right? If I went back in time a couple of years, it'd be pretty mind-blowing that we have this collection of names all over here together.
It really is. And that is definitely an entertainment value. You know, jam-packed some of the best stars.
Do you want to know a really harrowing statement that's going to make you just think for a while?
I've had a couple of those. Go on.
coldzera won 2 majors 4 years ago. That's kind of crazy. Time flies, doesn't it? It feels like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, flies or ticks, whatever it does, it just keeps on moving along.
Wow, FaZe, will they be as fast as time itself in this B site? mousesports a heavy setup with 2 players on a crossfire, but the double window push, it gets melted by ropz. He's going to finish off a third before coldzera comes in with a trade, and the B site gifted to FaZe, but a smoke push for Woxic. I love the confidence here. He's going to drop both. Bomb getting planted.
His train performances, especially, right, how well he was able to anchor that B site. He was just stellar. And, you know, Woxic obviously putting up a few numbers there in that round as well. Might lead to a break on the CT side, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Oh dear, Frozen. Insult to injury, just going to tap NiKo out of the round.
He's gone for the flusher buy.
Yeah.
Just armor and a pistol, a vanilla pistol.
I love it on the CT side. Like, I feel like, you know, flusher's kind of crazy for doing it with a Glock as much as it does work. But, you know, USP versus P250s and Glocks, yeah, it's a decent buy, all things considered. Oh, God, Rain. Nice double dink onto Woxic. Finding a FAMAS kill outside is still not going to be retrievable until they get past Frozen. That's not that hard considering the pistol, you would think. But Frozen finds a second kill for the round, looking for a third, and he is just slaughtering them right
Frozen,
now.
number 4.
Oh,
he gets it. He gets 4.
Nothing like playing 2 pistol rounds and a half. That certainly is fun on the CT side. Look at these kills. So clean for Frozen. He's getting tagged as well. He gets put down to like 20 health, and he's still respect. Woxic's got the orb here.
Too much time off of his perch, but that
so
run
sick.
boost by Rain and company was really what they needed to get past him. Taking out Woxic, however, there's a trade from Frozen. Now this is a bit of a standoff. Ooh. That should be the end of Frozen. Yeah, he's going to get Molotov'd out by coldzera.
Oh dear, and ropz as well was out heaven. He didn't realize there was another player in the garage, but the run boost had already gone through. So even though they killed 1 player there, it's not going to be enough. FaZe have got a great position here. 4 on 2. They're going to drop down the vent. Chris is coming on rotation. He's yet to have a fight in this game. This is going to be his first, and it will be his last, at least for this round, getting a kill onto NiKo before Brokey comes in with a trade, and karrigan dropping in on the rotate.
Woxic, he was up in the heaven area that last round, and the run boost really got him off guard. So will he be aware? Now he's going to take his AWP to the big garage.
Ramp. Maybe they will be ready for Frozen. In fact, they look more than ready for Frozen. But NiKo didn't actually... Oh, there we go. Second time's a charm, but not good enough. Molotov onto Chris J, gonna force him into the prying eyes of the main players. Rain, oh dear, it's a very messy round. This is a very messy round. Oh, ropz is here to clean it all up. There's the round.
The molly, I think it was Olof, didn't capitalize. He tried to spam vents. There was a player there, but it was preemptive, and Chris is able to swing out wide and kill a player in main with their nade out. So yeah, a bit of an issue there for FaZe with the communication potentially.
You're absolutely right. That fight from spawn, that's a Krieg. Outside noise is just a ruse. They are in lobby, ready to strike from what it seems to be upper, unless it's a fast vent bomb. Frozen, getting wind of this, finds himself in the vent. Now the circulation coming full force. It's going to be Chris J, other vent. Trying to line him up. There's nobody there, just one. The other two trying to skate away, trying to get out of there.
Oh my. That trades in. NiKo gets another. Frozen hasn't come up the vent the whole time, but he can at a whim.
It's such a hard one, right? From some of the best rosters of all time.
One thing that NiKo talked about recently was the Krieger, and one of the points he made about it is for him, at least, as a player with incredible aim, you know, even before the Krieg, you will see him using it, but even before the Krieg, you know, he's incredible. And he was talking about how it feels like the problem with the Krieg for him is players that wouldn't necessarily beat him in an aim duel can now guns only making things closer, which could sound good, but I feel like isn't good because it just, you know, I don't know. I preferred Counter-Strike before the Krieg.
Yeah, it's not like anyone's aim has had to get better, right? No. Like suddenly the tipping point for being like one of those insane players is lower. But we'll revisit this topic another time because in amongst all of this, FaZe have gotten out in towards this A bomb site. And for ropz and Frozen, they might decide that holding onto these Kriegs is worth more than giving this 2-on-4 a go. However, NiKo doesn't want to let them get away with anything over here on this CT side, and he does spot ropz out and is able to make quick work of him. So FaZe going to get this second round on the board with an upper push in this round.
Yeah, Frozen has to be careful. He can't save all over B because that bomb is just above him. So he's got to get towards a ramp room. NiKo's there, but not for long. Frozen has dealt with him, but that's only going to alert the rest of FaZe to take this position. Instead, they save, and that's the right call. Keeping 3 guns of their own, building their mousesports. They got a bit of money. Chris was on 2K, though. We saw some players on 5.5, so there's a bit of a mixed bag here for mousesports, but they will buy back in. There's no way they want to give FaZe a M4 on ropz. Chris taking the hit for the team.
Yeah, you don't want to tarnish that little bit of a lead that you got in the beginning of the game. Now it's just a 3-round deficit between the two teams. mousesports on 5, and it looks like FaZe and Fresh and Squeaky Door out in this round so far. A lot of damage being put there towards the FaZe clan, and it's not going to stop. They're going to throw some right on back. karrigan and Chris J fall. That leaves us down to a 4 versus 3. Very low on the side of FaZe clan, but they will get a bomb plant, barring any grenades come flying in here into the site. The bomb plant in the upper, the re-smoke of Mini, the Molotovs up into heaven. 2 to be exact. And that's just going to block out mousesports. That's going to ice them out of this site, and they really have no way to get back into this.
It's a devastating one because they've done all this damage, and it's like, A, they're not really to know that, and B, this utility alone can just hold them out of the bomb site. Now, Woxic does go back to line up a flash, but it looks like these are just going to be exits, surely. No, wait, are they going to go for it this late in the round? They're going to try and get on the bomb. Oh my goodness, ropz is sticking it. They're going to go back. Oh, no! Oh, goodness. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. FaZe go, yeah, all right, they're saving because who on earth retakes with this much time left?
Look at where Woxic positions himself. He puts himself up in the heaven, looking down, holding that hutting, and even drops for the second shot.
To this series, I can guarantee you,
Lil Junior.
Ka-chow. Frozen jiggling on a headshot angle with a scoped-in Krieg. That is just disgusting. karrigan's going to get back into this position that was just Molotov by FaZe clan, so they're not going to be ready for it, although he hangs around in the smoke, and as it fades, he finds Olof coming through the door. It's mousesports with a 5-on-3. FaZe have advanced positioning, but do mousesports realize Woxic's watching for it with the orb? And this is going to be a free kill for him, you would think. He's aiming above, and Rain ducks below. That's a great play. Usually you see players on top of the railings just to, you know, set off the crosshair of your opposition, and Rain does exactly that, but the opposite. Down below, he drops with 2 kills on the A site. No one watching for mousesports. They try to get rid of the bomb, and while it will get dropped, Rain can put in the numbers. There's a flank up ladder. No one's watching for it. ropz has found a timing, but does he realize there's a player to his left? He does. A little too late. Given a chance against Kool in the 1-on-1, and he's found it. ropz again saving mousesports and the AWP, and a 7th round.
2 rounds, 2 defuses for the ropsicle. And one thing that
you've got to be saying that if you're Mouse at this point. It's another close round, but that's only, you imagine, going to work in mousesports' favor, right? I imagine after that last-minute retake, like, knowing the mousesports guys as we do, they're a very smiley, you know, always trying to keep it, like, very... and that's something, actually, NiKo even spoke about in the FaZe clan camp, because everyone's having a good time. Well, if you're FaZe, it's hard to be having a good time right now, and if you're mousesports, the good times just aren't stopping. You know, like, they're having a stellar time over here on this CT side. So, yeah, FaZe looking to try and get themselves out of the woods in this round. They try and go towards outside, and they do manage to trade onto Frozen. So they've got themselves a 4-on-4. Woxic in amongst all this madness is Aggress through the ramp room. And this is not only good because it allows him to get the drop onto this man in the squeaky door, but this is a lot of information gained. And for FaZe, suddenly, now they're worried. Okay, well, there's a guy push lobby. They might know what we're up to here. Ooh. NiKo gets a kill out onto the A bomb site as he bests karrigan. And now this bomb can rotate up through the vents. So FaZe, they've navigated this whole situation very, very well, thanks to that kill from NiKo.
Yeah, great call to go back up the vent to that top side once they spot a player down lower. Chris gets a dink off with his MP9, but ultimately it's a retake for mousesports.
About, you know, 20, 30 seconds time they'll go for it.
No, FaZe aren't leaving the site. FaZe are waiting. FaZe know mousesports will give this one a go, and NiKo should have the drop on Woxic in this off angle, you would think, but there's a jiggle, there's a wiggle. Woxic is ready for a close position player. Chris is making noise in the door. NiKo won't move. He is so solidified on this angle. Chris gets a first kill to Rain, and there's a spot. Woxic tagged down, finished off by NiKo, is left in the clutch. ropz has come out heaven again, a key position for him in the past, and it continues to be so in the present. He tags down NiKo, and Chris will finish the job, but the bomb is so close to going off. I think they've just got it.
Oh, they got it with 1,100 people.
Wow.
There's 100.
Having your AWP float, but at the same time, it gives you so much versatility, and mousesports are winning these retakes, so things are looking good. Another A take for FaZe potentially. They're setting up mollies on top of the hut roof. karrigan sitting close in the corner, and Frozen is above him. ropz finding the first blood, though, in this round towards a ramp. As FaZe double back, he's dropped the bomb with 2. No more than that. Frozen will find 1, and the AWP is on rotation. Of course it is. Woxic is here and ready to stay, ready to play as he takes down NiKo. Olaf in a clutch, nowhere to go, and he's being surrounded.
Yeah, as it stands, Harry, this couldn't be going much better for the side of mousesports. Olaf with a drop on a Woxic, but
great gimmicks from the mousesports side on Nuke. Think about that Chris J smoke from the other day that their coach, Regin, we learned, was the man to find. There's so many big brains in this team. And one thing that's great is, like, clearly they all trust in each other and they trust in the system that karrigan and Regin have looked to implement. Now, kind of the irony of all of this is that FaZe, that was their problem. They didn't, right, back when he was in this team. Well, here on Nuke, it's all coming up in favor of Mouse. And I think nothing shows the trust more than that stick of the bomb from ropz with Woxic covering him. Now, this round, we'll get back into it because Olaf has been able to deal with 1. But it shouldn't amount to too much. That smoke goes in, and now karrigan doesn't know if there's players in squeaky, so he's got to keep an eye on this, make sure that no one gets down through the vents. That's why we see Frozen preemptively rotate down towards the B bomb site. But we, of course, know that all of FaZe are over here towards outside, and Woxic did just get a little snippet of info as he spotted Brokey jiggle peek in this corner.
Yeah, so he swapped position in anticipation of FaZe being ready for him to be above. Well, he's not. He's down below. And a quick blow to the kill of Rain. Brokey followed up as well. And Kool are now freezing. Stuck in secret in a 1-on-4. Frozen's also got the wrap, and Kool has just turned his back on this position to get the bomb. Garage will not leave him open to Frozen for the time being. But is the assumption there is the read here for mousesports as Kool looks to pick up that package. He might not even, because at this rate, how winnable is this round? But no, he's got it. And no one's punished him for it. Frozen, timing is everything. He's still in secret. Just a second peek could find him the kill. He spots the head, but he won't find the kill. Oh dear, Kool turns around.
He just hopped in a server before it, and we're like, right, let's have even more to show us before all is said and done. Brokey over here towards outside, gets tagged there on the cross. He actually gets finished off by Frozen. That's so unfortunate. FaZe, they just feel like they can't catch a break at this point. Now, Olaf does get a critical kill there onto karrigan. He probably gets a bit overzealous. That nade gets caught as well by Chris J. And so they know that there was just a player in the hut. Now worming their way towards outside. That Molotov doesn't go off because it gets extinguished by the smoke. Frozen's going to try and go through. He's playing around these smokes and does deliver 1. It's still the man advantage right now for Mouse, and just about Woxic's able to get away. There's the kill, and oh my, majority of the time, they don't pick them up. And, you know, a lot of the time we see it's not really till like round 15, round 14 that those Kriegs ever to Mouse has been devastating. Frozen, you touch upon him. He's just been dominating with it outside. In this round, they're going to crunch into the A site, and NiKo does burn out 1. Missed shot from Woxic, and NiKo's deagle delivers.
Oh my.
But we talk about the
15 rounds deep, so things certainly aren't looking good for the FaZe clan right now. This is their map pick in the series. The T-side start just not there right now. Oh dear, karrigan. Oh, he sees the barrel. He's going to get the drop on him. Olof gone, and karrigan will just duck and dive out of the lobby into the safety of the A site. FaZe finally have some control in this round, and it is down towards Secret as they look to push all 4 players behind the smokes. mousesports have got a rotation here, though. karrigan has come down through the vents and dropped in to try and assist. FaZe, every kill matters. Any kill matters.
Yeah, really, they can't even afford to let karrigan get like a one and done in this kind of spot. Now, with that flash going in, they know that he's here, but Mouse, they've got the read. They've rotated 2 players down into this B site already. Chris J's spamming from ramp, and that's got the attention of everyone from FaZe, and ropz is just allowed to work his magic over here on the rafters. He does get shut down by coldzera, but still so many bodies left to...
Yeah, I don't think this is even a frag move for mousesports. I think it's a defuse towards ramp. Only 1 man here. Olof has to hold his own. karrigan's lost his life on the A site, and Olof drops down B, but Chris will chase him. mousesports attempting to take lower in this pistol round. They are going to walk into a heavy setup. Rain and Olof on a crossfire. The shot's not connecting, though. Ooh, finally, Rain warming into things. We know he's good on these pistols, but think back for the time being, and Olof can't find an angle either. mousesports are getting flanked. This is falling apart. It's down to Frozen and ropz to be the heroes of this round.
Yeah, but they have been heroes from ours all first half long. If any 2 players could get you believing, it might be these 2. They've got to hit some spectacular shots, though, with these crossfires that have been set up by FaZe. Olof in window. NiKo holding for the push, and then Rain waiting down here in decon. Wherever Mouse try and find their answer to this problem, they're going to experience heavy resistance with trade potential around every corner. And so now Frozen all alone, while he does get that first kill onto Olof, it's not much in the way of making this round possible. He's going to go back up through the ramp and look for an avenue. Checks that the backline's clear, and it is. FaZe are not budging. This is a lot of restraint from the FaZe clan side. Eventually, they might have to consider that he goes up to A. So we see Brokey heading up through the vent. NiKo now spots him on the B site, and that's where the peak from... They're still a long way behind, though. It's still a 10-round consecutive streak needed if they wanted to tie this up at 13-13.
Yeah, big round from Rain, though. 3 kills in the pistol. Exactly what FaZe needed to start things off. But yeah, like you said, you know, it's no one's holding out for it right now. It's not undoable, but we got to see a couple of kills on overwhelmed FaZe players. And a plant, well, that's even more unlikely. Oh, right, here it goes. The cavalry arrive, and as quick as they come, they get cut down. Chris with 1. Bombs out in the open. FaZe have got control. They're just looking to finish off the job, and Rain and Brokey will. karrigan's getting wrapped from the lobby as well. This ain't happening, buddy. Ooh! Olof looks away.
Yeah, that's 1 kill now for karrigan.
Yeah, smart man, getting rid of the grenades. Those are expensive.
Yeah, I love that. That's just going to force a little bit getting found in that round full vlogs. Really, I don't think you can be too unhappy with how that one panned out if you're in the Mowers side of things. FaZe, at least putting another round on the board. It's starting to close the gap a little bit.
But this is it. This is the moment of truth, Harry. First rifle round for mousesports. They don't have a lot of utility, only a few smokes, and they will all go out outside early on to allow for this cross. Now, Frozen's been mollied off, can't commit to it, but he's getting tagged down to 30. Grenade will follow, will be avoided. karrigan will not avoid the bullets, though, getting tagged by the scout as well down low. Good start for FaZe, as they have received no damage and only painted mousesports thin. Olof spots something. Does he know there's 3 players around that corner, though? ropz is going to swing for the trade, and now mousesports have options open to them. The B site is just around the corner, but they're going to take the bomb back into lobby and leave ropz on a lurk. He's going to come in late on Heaven, as this looks like a top site play, but Brokey does deal with the first man out.
Frozen creeps in and deals with Brokey up in Heaven. That's now a free pathway for ropz. coldzera now giving up his position here as well, and they wait for ropz to come in on this rotation and flush him out. NiKo and Rain now in a 2-on-3, and are they even going to give this one a go? The bomb can get planted for Heaven. This means ropz doesn't even have to move. NiKo's looking for an angle onto him. And ropz has just dodged that fight entirely, so it might just be the save here for FaZe.
Rain wants to go up, but he's waiting for NiKo to get this kill, but this kill just isn't coming. ropz is completely repositioned, and with that, FaZe, bye.
This was one of the first maps they looked to incorporate Brokey AWPing CT side on. So, you know, one that he should be comfortable on. He doesn't have the armor behind this AWP, and that is something to bear in mind when you're up against this flood. Staying these gunfights are very long, and so as a result, you know, if you're Mouse, if you're able to bait out the tiny bit of utility that they've got, suddenly you're in a great spot to be in.
Yeah. FaZe are feeling pressured. They feel like they need to make plays to get themselves in a good position. I don't blame them, but right now, them getting aggressive is just feeding the kills to mousesports. And look at the position they're stuck in. Rain is pinched. He's cornered. He's stuck alone, and he will be able to get frozen, but the man inside of main, karrigan given an opportunity to take this A site. He's still looking for the fight. The bomb's already been planted for mousesports, and it's all just about putting the final killing blows in. Bomb down B. Brokey's running for the hills, looking to save this AWP. He'll be joined by Rain, but when it rains, it pours, and mousesports are soaking the FaZe.
Definitely needed a little bit to warm on up into the Pro League, but here, as we're seeing, FaZe outgunned, outstratted in this one. That kill from Frozen is nuts, by the way. He got pincered from main and garage, and the main player ran past him. And while all that chaos is happening, Frozen turns around, kills a guy in garage, and then is able to even spam Rain down low in amongst it, or NiKo down low, rather, in amongst it all. So 15-4 now for mousesports. 1 round left is all they need. And FaZe, with this buy, is this going to be the round that they're able to pick it up? I don't know.
Well, olof certainly started off well, drops the bomb and heads down lower, gives mousesports this control. But we've seen in the past, mousesports getting players out ramp is such a threat to FaZe. ropz came in on a lurk up heaven a few rounds ago. Now this time he's in the A site. mousesports are just going to commit off the back of that kill. It might be the map done at this rate, 4-on-3. Brokey looking to save the day, but the Molotov is at his feet, and he's got to smoke it off to stay alive. olof does double down with his second of the round, but how much is this going to be worth it for FaZe? Because mousesports have the clock ticking in their favor.
Oh, Chris J's even going on this long flank in through ramp. He's going to look to deal with the Heaven player in the form of Brokey. Now, Brokey has been waiting patiently all round long for his teammates to get into main so he can try and tie this play together. But ropz, he locks it in with 3. 4 in total in the round, and ropz lights up the scoreboard to carry mousesports.